Rev up your engines for the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast with Big E. Proudly sponsored by Christensen Law, where bikers helping engine bikers is more than just a motto. It's our commitment to the biker community. Be sure to tune in and listen to the latest news and biker buzz. And for all your personal injury needs, be sure to contact the Christensen Law team at 248-900-9000. What's up, bikers? It's Big E, and you're listening to the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast. We're talking all things bikes, the freedom of the road, and the brotherhood that makes this lifestyle what it is. From killer tips to wild stories from the highway, we've got it all right here. Life is short, bikers, so let's get after it. Hey everybody, what do you think of the new intro, huh? I'm liking it. I'm going to tweak it a little bit more, tighten it up a little bit, but I think we're going to run with it. I'm digging it. Go ahead and drop a comment. Let me know what you think. So, let's see here. We got lots of ground to cover this week. First thing I want to talk about is the second annual Day of Thunder, brought to us by Michigan Thunder Roads Magazine. RJ and Allie did an awesome job. That was a blast. Again, we had, last year there was only 3 of us that went. This year there was many. PP Princess, OG, Big Yeti Rob, Brother Mook, Jason, Joe, Banjo. Yeah, it was a crew. Pretty much everybody went. I think there was 8 or 9 of us. So we had a blast. A few of us rode down. PP is still on the mend, so he could not ride. But he hauled the camper down because we actually were working the event and got to stay at the racetrack because we were working. So that was very cool. Shout out to RJ and Birch Run Speedway for letting us do that. We went down Saturday morning. Weather was great. Had a blast. Ran into several fellow content creators. Of course, I knew Ride with Purpose was going to be there because Rob's a brother. So I knew he was going to be there. I kind of suspected that the Farming Biker was going to be there as well, and he did show up. And he got the VIP treatment. I'm just saying, I seen him riding around the back of a golf cart. And yeah, so... but he was actually, I believe, a sponsor of the event. So maybe next year I'll have to do the same thing just so I can ride around the back of the golf cart. Riding with Brendan was there, supposedly. I didn't see him, but I heard he was there. So Sean from... I'm gonna make sure I say it right. So I'm gonna let you in on a little secret here. I butchered it the first take. Sean is also the admin on the Mid-Michigan Biker Facebook page. That's how we met. So I want to make sure to give him the proper today here, people. So he's pretty new to the whole YouTube world, and it is the Michigan Moto Cruiser. That's his YouTube channel, so you want to be sure to go check that out. He's pumping out a lot of content, a lot of his rides, and he is actually going to be in studio this weekend, and we're going to do some content. So that's pretty cool. Give a shout out to him. Jeremy Burke, Traditional American Cycle Supply. He was there in a vending capacity. He was pushing his YouTube channel as well. He puts out some good stuff. And he was hustling. I'm just going to say that. He was hustling this weekend. I seen him all over the place pushing his YouTube channel. He did a giveaway. Very cool. He is, not only is he a hard worker and very knowledgeable, but he's a talented little artist too. So he did up a ammo can and gave it away to a lucky winner. And I thought that was pretty cool. And while we're talking about that, while we're talking about lucky winners and YouTube subscriptions, we did give away our 3 tools, cruise tools. One individual that got the SAE one has contacted me with his address, and I will get that out this week because I have that one in stock. The other individuals, one, Farming Biker, actually contacted me and told me to put that on my bike, in my bike, and next time I run into somebody that needs it, give it to him from Farming Biker. That's the kind of community that the biker community, content creators, that's what we have. I mean, that's just awesome. So a big shout out to Farming Biker for that. The third individual that won, I still have not received her mailing info. So I don't know what I'm going to do there. All right. So Day of Thunder, I thought was a big success. We worked the main gate a couple of times, relieved some people. Rob and Mook worked one of the gates, and I know PP and Princess worked the gate. Man, these allergies. Like last week Thursday, somebody turned on a faucet in my nose, and it just will not stop. I've taken Claritin and all that crap, and it slows it down, but it just not quite enough. All right, so we got that. Then Day of Thunder, yep. Back to that. Riding around the track, $20 on your bike, 3 laps. Very cool watching some of the bikes go around. Quite obviously, the sport bikes are going to perform a little bit better than the baggers just because of the lean angles and such. I know Brother Mook went out there and he pushed a little hard and he had a little scrape and yeah. But the sport bikes were doing, they have way better lean angles than a bagger. And I watched another guy in a bagger, and he was ripping around there, and he was scraping, and he was just getting it. And that was pretty cool. They had stunt show again. Them guys are crazy. The stuff they can do on them bikes, nuts. So a shout out to that. We saw, who else did we see there? We did the bus rides. They had the buses on the track again. Well, they had a bus on the track. Last year they did 2. This year they did 1. It was a blast still, just having one bus out there. The driver wasn't quite as aggressive as the guy last year, but he was still pretty darn aggressive, especially when we pushed him a little bit. So I do have video of that I may post. I went twice around the track, 2 times, 2 separate rides, and I think I filmed both of them. So, I filmed some other stuff there too, but I will probably never release it just because there's so much content being released by Farming Biker. He does awesome videos. Ride with Purpose, he does awesome videos. Michigan Moto Cruiser, he's putting out some good videos. I don't see the necessity of myself competing with those guys, even though we all look at things a little bit differently. You can only watch Day of Thunder from so many content creators so many times. So I probably won't put anything out. I am looking more at doing live podcasts. I'm going to set the studio up a little bit different, I think. I've got some ideas for doing some lives. And we'll see how that goes. I'm still going to do some footage, but I'm going to do it on the stuff that not everybody's going to be at. You know, if I know Farming Biker and Ride with Purpose is going to be there and Sean's going to be there, I probably won't release anything. It just saturates the whole YouTube thing. And YouTube is one of the 2 most difficult social media platforms to build an audience on. And the first one or second one, I don't know what the numbers are, but the 2 top ones are YouTube and podcasts. So, all right. So we've talked about that. Now we're going to talk about mine and 2 Hits anniversary trip. So if you're not on my YouTube, and you should be, I released some videos of some of our adventures. I did have some difficulties one day, and we'll get into that. So day 1, we rode from here in Branch up to Gold City. When we left Branch, it looked like it could rain, and it was not very warm. It was like 40. I have pretty good rain gear that keeps me pretty warm, and I have warm gloves. My bride, on the other hand, does not have the warmest gloves. So we had to make a few stops here and there to warm up, and we made a stop at Northern Leather, hoping that they were open so she could find some warm gloves. But no luck. They were closed. So at that point, I actually had a second pair of gloves that I gave her to put on over her first pair, and that helped a little bit. We then rode up to, I believe, Alanson to Spanky's, I think is the name of the place. And we found her some very nice gloves at a very reasonable price. If you're in Alanson, I believe is where it's at. Spanky's Motorsports. They got some good prices on stuff. Princess actually bought her Senna Outrush, I believe it was, helmet there at a very good price. When she bought it a year and a half or 2 years ago. So we stopped there. She bought a very warm pair of gloves, and we proceeded north to Gould City, where we were staying at Bice's Michihistrigan. One of the coolest campgrounds I think I have ever been to. And home of the Michihistrigan Rendezvous that goes on Father's Day weekend, which if you're a fan of the show, you know that we are gone on our wild hog trip. And we never get to go to Michihistrigan. But this year, or 2025, since we are going to Sturgis, we're not going on a wild hog trip. Instead, we are going to Michihistrigan. So we actually warned Mr. Bice, Jason, when we were up there. And here's the crazy thing. So we actually ran into Jason at Day of Thunder. Who would have thought he would have been there? But we got to Gould City. We set up our tent, and it was like 60 degrees. It was windy, but the sun was out, and it was actually pretty nice out. We camped in the tent. It got down to like 40 degrees that night, but we had sleeping bags. We were nice and toasty. Was not bad. Jason actually told us that if for some reason it was too cold in the lodge bar, they have a bar there. It's awesome. We actually went there and had dinner, had some drinks, chit-chatted with Jason. He told us, if it's still open and you guys are cold, come on up and we'll upgrade you to a cabin. So I thought that was very, very nice of him. He is a good dude. But we toughed it out. It wasn't that cold. It was actually not a bad night. Next morning, we got up. We went and had breakfast. And then we went to Iron Mountain. Actually did a Iron Mine tour, which was very, very interesting. And I'm just going to say, if you're tall, you'll be thankful for that hard helmet that they make you wear. It was a pretty warm day that day. And you get into the tunnels and it's like 46 degrees. So, and he said it's due to all the water in the area keeps it 46 degrees in them tunnels year round. So I knew it was, I always thought it was around 50 degrees, but 46, it was cool. So then we went to our second campground, Summer Breeze Campground, and we had discussed the fact that, well, Monday we're doing a long ride. We're going to be on the bikes for a while, and we want to leave early. So maybe we'll see if they have a cabin available at Summer Breeze. And in fact, they did when we got there. So we upgraded to a cabin, and it was a very nice little cabin. Very rustic looking, cute, you know. And we had a nice fire that night and met some people there and chit-chatted. And you kind of know how it is when you roll in on a bike, you know, people that have had bikes in the past and people that are interested in the shiny Harleys. They always come and talk to you. And we had some gentlemen come up and talk to us there. Pretty typical. The owners of the place were very nice. It was a nice campground. If you're looking for a spot to camp up there by Iron Mountain, I would highly recommend Summer Breeze Campground. Very nice little family-owned campground. Very quiet, very clean. Definitely check them out. So the next morning, we got up bright and early and went for our long day. We ate at Hardee's. We had breakfast at Hardee's that morning, I believe. And Hardee's isn't a thing down here anymore, but it used to be. And I was really disappointed when I didn't see cinnamon raisin biscuits. They used to have cinnamon raisin biscuits, and they were the bomb, and they didn't have them. So I just got like the Frisco breakfast sandwich and tater tots and whatever. But we ate at Hardee's, and I haven't been to Hardee's in years. And we rode and rode and rode. At this point, I had let 2-hit lead because I was wearing my Scorpion covert helmet so I could film, but and I didn't bring my beanie helmet. And that seems like a perfect time for this. Beanie helmets are lightweight, ultra low profile, DOT approved, and designed to hug your head for that sleek, streamlined look. No more bulky helmets, just pure stylish protection that's perfect for any ride. And here's the best part. As a listener of the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast, you can score an exclusive discount. Just use code MidMichiganBiker at checkout and save 10% at beaniehelmets.com. Get out there and ride with the best bikers. Beanie Helmets, where safety meets style without the mushroom head. And I'm just going to say I was really missing my beanie helmet. I love my Scorpion helmet. I think it's one of the coolest looking helmets. But my peripheral vision out of that helmet is not what it needed to be leading. We had a couple incidences where when I was leading, I didn't see something, so I let 2-hit lead. It just worked out way better. Besides that, I could keep an eye on her easier if she's in front of me than I can if she's behind me. Duh. Allergies. Yuck. And I did also wear my Scorpion Covert riding jeans a lot of this trip, and the temperatures were ideal for those jeans, and they were great. But enough of that, the shameless plugs. So day 3 was from Iron Mountain to Eagle Harbor. And then from Eagle Harbor, we went to Copper Harbor. And then from Copper Harbor, we went to Marquette to stay at Rapid River Campground, I believe it is called. And that was like a ultra posh, really nice campground. They too have a bar. Lots of high-end draft craft type beers. They have pizzas, the only thing you can get. And we went on a limb and got like a chicken, bacon, artichoke, spinach pizza. And it was actually pretty good. I wouldn't be afraid to order it again. And they also had one of my favorite beers on tap, so I had a few of those. So, yeah. It was a good night. And we went and checked out. You can go down their decks and out to the actual river, and they have chairs out in the water, so you can sit out there and drink and relax and get cool. And I thought that was pretty sweet. They also have stuff to do. They have a pool and a hot tub, and they had miniature golf. 2-hit had never played miniature golf before. So I'm thinking, well, you know what? I'm going to be like the Tiger Woods of miniature golf against her. That did not happen. That did not happen at all. She kicked my butt. So then, as we're coming in after I'm shamed by her miniature golf skills, who knew? We run into a gentleman from our hometown. I mean, like, what are the odds that we knew? So we chit-chatted with him, and then we made our way back to our cabin, which the cabin I selected us to stay in, because I could pick, was probably the farthest away from the bar, camp store, etc. as it possibly could be. So it was a long walk. But these cabins were very nice. A little bit bigger than the cabins from the night before. Yeah, that was another nice night. I made another fire. We didn't stick out there too long. It was a long day and we were pretty tired. Then from there, we went to breakfast at Big Boy. Then we went to Bald Eagle Harley Davidson because we had to. Because you can't go to Marquette and not go to Bald Eagle. Then we went to Black Rock. Well, we attempted to go to Black Rock, but it didn't pan out, which I'm kind of thankful for because it was like a 2-mile walk there and like a 2-mile walk back. So if you're a subscriber on YouTube and you watch the Lake and Land video, I drop a little hint about what happened. So we did not go to Black Rock. We then went to Lake and Land. And if you have never been there, it is a pretty cool place. There's a lot of thought, creativity in those works of art that he just, it's just like junk that he repurposed in this. I mean, that's cool. Somebody had some really great vision. Some of them are a little political. And I'm not even going to say that they're political to one side. It seemed that there's some for both. We went through most of it. We did not go through all of it. We did leave our mark there, though. And if you should go to Lake and Land and you find where I placed my sticker, be sure you take a picture of it and tag us in it on Facebook. Because I think that'd be pretty cool. So, we left Lake and Land and rode. I'm way ahead of myself because I really wanted to talk about 26 between Eagle Harbor and Copper Harbor. That road is lots of fun. It's not really all that long, but it is lots of fun. And we have been to Copper Harbor before. Last year we went. But that section of the road was closed, so we could not go that way. So this year we actually got to ride that way, and it was awesome. Probably my new favorite road in the UP. And I've said it before, and I will probably release the video of my little ride down 41 yet, because I do like that road too. It is not quite as tight and technical, if you want to say. It doesn't have all the twists and turns that some people like, but it's got some nice sweeping turns. It's just a nice road to ride. I really enjoy riding 41 from Copper Harbor to Phoenix. That's just me. We had a little mishap in Houghton. If you've listened to the show, you know I dislike the bridge in Houghton. Dislike. I would rather ride over the Mackinac than that bridge. I don't know why. I just do not like it. We got held up by a sailboat first on our way across. So we crossed it the first time, did our ride, came back, headed for Marquette, crossed it the second time, and again, 2 hits leading. And her GPS told her to make a sharp turn to the left, and she did, but that sent us right back across the damn bridge. So we got to ride over it 2 more times. So, but maybe that was good, maybe it was bad, I don't know. Maybe my fear of it is dwindling. Anyways, we made it to Marquette. We went to the Rapid River campground. Awesome campground. Saw absolutely a beautiful toy hauler motorhome coach thing. It was probably $500,000, and there was 2 just beautiful Harleys parked out front. Just amazing. Ran into one of our people we know here right from our local area, which was really weird, but cool, you know. Then we, of course, left and headed for St. Ignace the next day. After we did Lake and Land and all that. Sorry, parched. So Straight State Park, a very special place for us. It's where I proposed to hit. My good friend Doug, whose truck I now own, the Mega Ram, that was one of his favorite campgrounds. He actually introduced us to it. We camped up there several times with them. And they were actually up there camping when I proposed. So it was, with his passing like a month before, it was kind of a lot of emotions going on that day. I did pick out a really awesome camp spot. Luckily, right like close to the water, beautiful view of the bridge. There are some pictures posted out there. Awesome spot. And we just set up our tent and enjoyed the night. Had some drinks, had a little food. Watched the bridge, watched lights, listened to the water, you know, lapping on the shore. Definitely didn't need a fan that night. It was just awesome. It did rain at one point during the night, but only for like a half an hour, 45 minutes, and it was done. Stayed dry. The tent worked well. Packed up in the morning, and I had planned on going to Legs Inn for lunch and riding down through the tunnel of trees and coming home that way. But sadly, the weather was at best. We didn't get real wet. We rode through some mist and rain drops here and there, but we decided that we would rather just beat feet for home. We missed our dogs, and so that's what we did. So we still have yet to do the tunnel of trees. I was actually kind of wanting to do it yesterday when I was on vacation, but that did not work out either. So we will see. So that's about it for my adventures for the past couple weeks. I am expecting Sean Ort here. We're going to do some podcasting, and I think Big Yeti Ride with Purpose will either be in the house or on the phone. We're going to do one on some content creator stuff, and so that will be something you want to look forward to on the podcast coming up soon. So, I am on vacation this week. And one of my little projects is I got to clean the garage, which I have been working on and making great strides, and that will be cleaned out soon. But the other thing I'm doing is like watching TV. And I don't usually watch TV, but for some reason this week I'm like kind of into watching TV. Today was like a rainy day. So yesterday when I was out working in the garage, I'd put all the hounds out on our deck and let them just run around and have fun and get some fresh air while I was in the garage, and open the door up, pull the bikes out, start cleaning. Today being rainy, I didn't really want to have them running around in the rain because they really don't like it. Even the labs. Well, one of the labs is, I don't know, she doesn't like getting her paws wet or something. I don't know. It's weird. She'll like barely get off the pavement into the grass to go pee when it's raining. But so today we just kind of hung out and I watched the movie The Bikeriders. If you haven't seen it, if you don't know what it's based loosely, I guess, on the Chicago Outlaws. They changed the name. They're called the Vandals. But it is a pretty good movie. Not as action-packed and motorcycle riding as I had hoped. But it's still a pretty good movie. Interesting. The whole club thing and kind of how it evolved and how it started. Pretty interesting. So you can actually watch that on Peacock right now. You don't have to go to the theater. I was actually surprised to see it on there. So that is what I did today. And then I actually, when 2 hit got home, I actually went out in the garage and worked a little bit more, cleaning some stuff up. That is pretty much all I had to talk about. There is some stuff going on this weekend. A couple events, biking events that you might want to go check out. First, we have Bice's Michihistrigan Bar, Campground, and Cabins UP Colored Tour, Saturday, September 28th. DJ Monique at 7 p.m. Make your reservations by calling 906-477-6983. They actually have a couple cabins open right now, is what he had posted on Facebook, because somebody canceled it. So that'd be a good time. And we actually had kind of thought about going up there, but they've got another one in October that's like a Jeep color tour. So we might go do that. There's also a swap and swag. They're going to have a bikini bike wash, vendor spots available, music by Paul. Saturday, September 28th, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Smoky Butts, barbecue, behind bars, Cycle Works, Steel Horse Ranch. Should be a good time. Unfortunately, what they don't have on their flyer is where it's going to be at. But it's called the Swap and Swag. And I will do my due diligence here and look for it. And I'm betting if I go to Steel Horse Ranch, they might have something on it. This Saturday, Teas and Things will be there. DJ Paul, Smoky Butts Barbecue, Swap Meet, Bike Wash, Hog Trough. Again, no word on where it is. It's just crazy to me. Maybe I'm just an idiot and I don't get where it's at, but maybe somebody comment on where it's out at. Crazy. Well, that is a bummer. All right, bikers. That is all I have this week. Short and sweet, right? Kinda. Looking forward to, hopefully we'll start doing some more YouTube live stuff. Then we'll probably have like a day where we, might be Tuesdays, where we do a video podcast. I also had the opportunity to sit in and listen to and watch on YouTube last week the Iron Pony podcast. Pretty interesting. I missed it tonight because they do it at 7:30. So I missed it. Dang it. Oh, man. So they're not... They're from the Ohio area, I believe. One's from Ohio and one's from Kentucky. Or something like that. Iron Pony Life. I watched episode 30 and was quite active with Tracy and Chris, a couple of good guys. So I encourage you to check that out. And I will, if I do it Tuesday, then I would have to do it at a different time because I wouldn't want to interfere with their podcast. And actually, I kind of liked watching theirs. Kind of interesting to see what other podcasters are doing. All right, bikers. So hit me up. Let me know what you think of the new intro. Let us know. Life is short, bikers. Get after it. Thanks for listening to the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast. Remember, bikers, life is short. Get after it.